let me tell you his appeal and why I, as Ben pointed out, have been saying kind things about Ron Paul as well, right? And the reason is twofold. One is he's got refreshing honesty, right? So you might say he's not honest enough about the newsletters, et cetera, and you'd make a good case for it.
Not honest enough. He's lying about them. I believe he's lying about them. There's nothing refreshing, and there's nothing honest about it.
No, but when it comes to pandering, he doesn't do it, right?
I agree with that. Totally.
So when they say, hey, look, I mean, the fact that you don't want to attack Iran is killing you with the evangelical base, or the fact that you're not saying that you want to take away funding from Israel. Oh, God, the evangelical base hates that, right? And he's like, yeah, that's interesting, but I'm not wavering from my position that I have had for decades. I will not pander. Now, you want to call that something other than honesty? He doesn't pander. It is incredibly strange for a politician, and it's incredibly refreshing.
You hear Ron Paul talk, and there are obviously, you see smart, thoughtful progressives, and obviously conservatives and libertarians too, react because there is something incredibly different about it. And that's, I think, the limit of what they're reacting to.
And I see that, but when you see how different, you see just different for the sake of being different, does not make him.
Well, that goes to the second point. That goes to the second point, because he's not different, and it's not that people like him just because he's different. He was different 4 years ago. He was different when he ran in 1988 and got less than 1% of the vote. No, the second phenomenon is that he's the guy where you hit the reset button. Okay, you say this system sucks so much, and I'm so sick of it. Let's just nuke it. He's literally the nuclear option, right? Let's nuke the system and start fresh. And people, it's a sign of the times. It has nothing to do with Ron Paul. It has to do with the times that they see that same Ron Paul who did not have the support in '88, didn't have enough support in 2008, that now has some significant support in the Republican Party because people want to hit the reset button. They hate this system, and they're saying with their vote for Ron Paul, change it by any means necessary.
You know, and the fact that he lacked significance in the two other times that he ran for president is and is being taken more seriously now is why we're learning these other things about him. You know, there aren't reporters for the Washington Post, the New York Times, and people all over the country digging into it. They didn't do it before. They have limited time, resources. Ron Paul with these crazy newsletters, he says he didn't. Whatever, I don't care. So the guy's getting 3% or 6% of the vote.
Yeah, I'm surprised it didn't happen 4 years ago, but you're right.
Right, but it wasn't enough of a story. Now all of a sudden, real reporters are following it up, and the dirt, the baggage, not so much the dirt, is, I mean, it's extensive. And then you get into real policy issues.
You have to scratch the surface just only a little bit with this guy to see that. And when
there'll be much more.
I don't think he's doing it just to be different. I agree that he has a loyalty to his own beliefs and is unwavering. And yes, that's refreshing. It's refreshing as a personality trait. It is not refreshing when you see what those beliefs and sort of political mores are.